Check the mic, check the mic, check the mic and make sure it sounds right, boy. Check the mic, check the mic, check the mic and make sure it sounds right. Well, we checked the mic and it never sounded right. Took 2 hours to record every single night. Yeah, we checked the mic and then we broke the mic. Yeah, we checked the mic and it never sounded right, boy. Oh, check the mic or don't check the mic, 'cause what you do, it won't sound right, boy.
Friends, and ho 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 fo, and welcome to the holiday special of the Comedianons. It's a podcast we tried to start with 13, but here we are 8 years later, giving it a red hot go. My name is Josh, and joined with me for the last time in 2021, it's the man who puts out a cup of oat milk and a vegan halloumi and spinach quiche under the tree for Santa Claus. It's Jono.
Thank you very much. I want to attract Santa wearing his Birkenstocks and his linen shirt. Woke Santa. He'll be coming under the Christmas tree this year. Under the it's an Australian Christmas tree. It's just a stick. Very sustainable.
Yeah, it's a dead tree.
It is a dead tree. Now, welcome to the Christmas Spectacular, Josh. I know we're back. It's been a little bit of a hiatus, hasn't it?
A little bit. We're a couple of days from Christmas when you're listening to this. Maybe it's on Christmas Eve, in which case,
who knows?
We're glad.
Maybe it'll be on Boxing Day, depending on how long it takes me to edit it.
Maybe it's chilling. Maybe you're just chilling on Boxing Day. But we're glad you spend your time here just before this lovely holiday season, Jono.
Yeah, exactly.
How you been? I feel like it's been a while.
Look, it's probably been, almost a month. I think it has actually been a month since we recorded, because I remember the home and away season finale was on, I think it was my second day of working full time, and now I've been there for a month now, so it's been a long time. I'm glad we're coming back. Sort of, it's a good way to slow down rather than having a cold stop.
That's it.
I know you've been honestly planning this holiday special since I feel like episode 3 or something.
It's been a while. We've been keeping an eye on it.
Yes, exactly. No, I'm excited. I have put probably about 3% effort in compared to what you have. I wrote one song and that's it. But what do we have to look forward to, Josh? What's the high level overview?
Well, high level overview. We got a couple songs. We got a special guest. We got a special guest coming up very soon, John.
Do we really?
Very, very soon. We got some fun stories.
I've not signed any waivers or anything, so hopefully they're not too extreme.
Hopefully not too extreme. Let's get into it. Jono,
Joshua.
I realized after listening, first of all, before I even go into this, I just realized I start my sentences a lot with Jono on this podcast.
Yeah, I was actually going to make a compilation, and I thought about sitting there for hours raking through every episode. I thought, it's not worth it. I could just click the same thing and repeat it.
Just repeat the Jono. Mate, it's a holiday season, and I thought that it would be remiss of me to not do a holiday themed storyline, if you would wish to say it during this.
Sprinkle a little jingle bell power on the whole thing.
Jingle power and all of it. But it's a tough time at Christmas because sometimes some people's the only time that they're gonna have a little bit of brightness in their time in their year. I can't get this word out right now, Jono.
It's been a while. We've been off the tools for a month.
I don't know how to talk at all.
No.
But some people, the only time they have to be happy in the year is Christmas and the holidays. But some people are so bright, it's hard to tell when they're not be. And one such people is my co-host, Jono. Jono, I feel like you're so bright throughout the whole year that you're sitting there nervously, not knowing where this is going.
I don't know where this is going. I don't know if this is like a PSA or.
I mean, you don't know. I just thought that I would take this time to let you know that, even though that you're happy, so that you don't have to always be happy. That sometimes, even though you look like you're happy, maybe Christmas is not as a good a time, and maybe you need a little bit of that holiday spirit. And I think you might have lost that. So
Right.
this
Okay.
episode, I'm here to give you back the holiday spirit.
He's
And
gonna sprinkle some jingle powder on
yeah,
me.
that's right. I thought, okay, how do I get back the jingle power to my friend Jono? How do I do that? And I was thinking and thinking, and I looked up in Google. I looked up Santa. I looked
I
up
looked
lots of
up in
stuff.
Google.
I
I
started,
looked
how do
up
I give this
Santa.
Christmas
Who is
spirit
this
back?
guy? Who is
Started looking
Santa?
up what's a Christmas spirit. How do I give it to my friend? That was a weird Google search. Don't look that up.
The only
But
Christmas spirit that came up was eggnog.
yeah, well, that's it. But I thought I would enlist the help of someone, because if
One of
anyone's
the
gonna
big
give you some
guns.
Christmas spirit, uh, let's pass it to our special guest.
Oh, ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, comedians! It's me, Santa from the North Pole. I've been told that there's a special little boy who's feeling a little glum this holiday time. I believe his name is Jono with 2 N's. There's no need to feel gloomy or sad, because I have it on reliable authority that your friend Josh has got a couple of tricks up his sleeve should this message not cheer you up. Okay? Back to you, Josh.
It's all
Jono with 2 N's.
next
Jono.
Jono with 2 N's. That's how you prefer your name to. I thought I would. Well, they obviously have to fill in the form, and I was like, well, how would I make my friend Jono really happy? And if you are near with Jono this Christmas, and you want to find a way to make Jono happy, you need to remind him that it's Jono with 2 N's.
And if you ever catch me saying my name's Jono, make sure I remember to say Jono. Jono.
Say Jono with 2 N's.
I don't remember Santa being American, but maybe I've just never heard him talk before.
I mean, who knows what part of North Pole? Maybe it meant Alaska. You don't know. Who knows?
In the south.
Who knows? Well, that's right, Santa. Well, that's right, Jono. Santa has come to the show. I'm so glad Santa has come so early. Every time in Christmas special, Santa comes in at the end. So screw it. Santa's here at the start.
Yeah, that's actually really true. I remember watching Carols by Candlelight, and you wait for Santa to come on, like high five. So it starts at 7. It used to always be 9 p.m. that Santa would come in, and then recently, one of the big brains down at Channel 9 has gone, hang on a minute. The kids watch it, so Santa now comes on at like 7:30, which is very smart.
Much better.
But yeah,
he's right. I've got a couple ideas up my sleeve, and
I'm ready.
I'm
already feeling a bit more Christmassy. Not gonna lie.
Oh, that's okay, but I understand, Jono. You look happy, but you might not be happy, and that's okay because I'm gonna solve that for you.
Well, I look forward to it, Joshua. I'm intentionally not starting this section with Josh. So, how are you, my friend? Welcome back.
Yeah,
we're taking a little break from our little storyline we've got going. We'll hear more of that in the future.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure
upcoming.
How happy you are right now, but we'll get to that.
Well, when you start thinking maybe I'm on a bit of a lull, that's when we intersplice it in.
I'll get you.
And we definitely don't just alternate in out. We definitely
would
never
do that. No,
we
I would never do that. I would never do that.
I definitely don't have a pre-written list of what we do.
What's that? A run sheet? I don't know what that is. We had a whole episode about run sheets.
No, we definitely didn't have a planning meeting. No, none of this. Nope. But we are touching on the that's true. We're touching on the sort of behind the scenes stuff of this. And I think it's a good time. It's the last episode of 2021 to mention that I think what we've done is sort of what we set out to do. We sat down and we thought, we've been talking about doing a podcast for a while, and maybe now's the time to do it. And you'd been wanting to do it for a while, definitely, hadn't you?
I really had. And maybe I had been talking to you all numerous times for numerous years.
So
but I think we got there in the end.
We did. When did we first try and start it? Was it?
Oh,
yeah, I think we're in year 7 or year 8.
Year 7 or year 8.
You'll notice in the intro, some days, sometimes we say 9 years ago we tried to start it, 8 years ago,
I get
10 years
confused.
ago.
I'm not. I think only just now have I actually completely understood, and it's only just now when I think we actually switched to 9 next year. Even though in my head I keep getting confused, I don't know why.
Who knows? It's almost like we're not good at maths. Definitely
No, what's
didn't
that?
just receive a science degree like 2 days ago. But yes.
It only took you $500 for the whole ceremony.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Can I just touch on that? That's
Yeah,
ridiculous. So
sure.
there's the ceremony, this is the RMIT graduation. You have to pay $250 to go to it. Now, already that's just irritating because you're like,
Already
isn't
scared.
graduation meant to be like a gift at the end of
Didn't
it
you
anyway?
spend like $20,000
Oh,
in
like
whole
double
hex
it, double that. Yeah, honestly, a very expensive piece of paper, that's for sure. But anyway, you're like, okay, whatever. This is what it costs. Fair enough. It's at Marvel Stadium. It's a big gig. Blah blah blah. The thing that really got me is that a lot of unis they give you a gift, right? And it's
Right.
normally a stupid gift, insignificant. Like Latrobe, I think they got like a teddy bear wearing a mortarboard hat in the
Nice.
Latrobe
It's a
uniform or
nice
whatever.
one.
It's insignificant, but it's nice. People are like
For
it probably
sure.
costs
For sure.
$3 to $4, but it's just like, oh, it's a little
It's a
thing that you
little
can put on your
token
shelf.
for
Yeah, yeah, it's a token.
little
It's not about
token.
the monetary value.
For sure.
RMIT, they decided, you know what, we're different. We do everything differently. We do our graduation in stadiums with fireworks and stuff. We're going to do everything different.
Fireworks? That's
For
bizarre.
graduation present, we're going to give you straight cash. We're
Oh
going to
my
give you
God.
cash back. We literally got a MasterCard with
Oh my
preloaded money
God.
on it.
The worst part
$50.
of, yeah, it's like
The
they're not
graduation
hiding
cost
it.
me $250.
Just take 50
charge
off
me
me.
$200.
I mean, I remember when we graduated high school, we got these little peg USB things.
Whoa,
I
I've completely
remember
forgotten
these?
about that.
I
do
didn't
not
remember
that.
until I found it
No.
the other day when I was cleaning up.
I did not
But
know
yeah,
we got that.
it's kind of ridiculous, especially because it also works as a peg. Did you realize that?
Well, I was going to say for audio listeners, for everyone, Josh just tried to click a peg and it launched itself. That's actually really funny. We got a peg as a
It's
peg.
a USB.
Pegs. I love that. Anyway,
Yeah.
I digress.
Yeah.
8 years ago, we tried to start it. We did More Than Madness. That was the name of the podcast.
That was the initial, yeah. We made a website for it as well.
Did we?
Yeah. We did. I remember we initially had, I think this might have been cut out of the pilot or something, but I remember at some point we did in fact talk about this because I remember mentioning the fact that I found in old emails was one of us, I think you had sent me like a to-do list of stuff for the podcast to do.
Oh my goodness. Of
It
course
was like
I was sending you a
update
to-do
the
list.
website or something. Yeah. Yeah,
Even
and we've come so
12-year-old
far
Jono
from
was-
there.
We
We've come
have.
so far from there.
I think for both of us, we knew what kind of style of podcast we wanted
For
to
sure.
do, aka
Yeah.
blatantly rip off the radio style of doing things, which is in segments.
But I think it also works very well for what we like, you know. And I'd like to think that a lot of
because
people.
we can't be funny for more than 5 minutes in a row. So
I also think. I mean, yeah, that's one part of it. I mean, I think
think
as the
about
name
that?
suggests, as the name suggests, I don't think we're ever funny.
No.
I certainly find myself funny, but you know.
Oh, I make myself cackle all the time, but I don't think if people were listening to like a 45-minute episode
No,
that was
what
long
like a
form.
50-minute episode in the middle of his last season? Let's not talk about that.
No, let's not talk about that. That was the dark era.
That was the dark.
No, it's the fever dream era.
We call it the
It's when
fever
we'll just-
dream era.
We were
Yeah.
pumping them
I
out,
was
and we were tired, and we
mid lockdown.
No.
Especially because like it genuinely, you know, I was talking to someone and they were saying how, you know, a lot of podcasters, they'll tell you just don't listen to your first season. And
I
especially
think that's
because
good.
it's a good way, but I
Yeah.
definitely think that we got better by the end.
Oh, 100% we did. I remember. I mean, the audio did have some issues throughout it, but
know
I
what
think
you mean.
listening to,
Oh.
I feel like the first episodes were good, and then sort of in the middle it really fell off when we were still trying to like consistently make it good, and then I think we found our feet. What kind of segments to do, what mixture of segments / stories, what stories worked. Editing as well is a huge thing. I know we mentioned a big thing about doing segments, and now this is a rather a long form thing, but it's a Christmas
I mean,
spectacular.
yeah, I mean, who knows when this is going to get cut, right? Iron Man, I can accept. Okay, you know what? Man, look, I accept it. Okay, Santa didn't work. It didn't
No.
make you happy. I could see it in your eyes. I could see it in your eyes, and I'm actually not sure what part of it didn't make you happy. I couldn't figure it out.
Can you actually see my eyes? There's a lot of glare coming off my
there's a lot.
You know that weird glare the glasses get? All my fellow four-eyed friends will get this, where for some reason the glare is green. Why is that? Should we be able to choose what color we want the glare to be?
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. But, I understand. Okay, I understand.
Oh, yeah, feeling
Santa
very
didn't
flat.
help. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
American Santa
but if
didn't
at
do the
first
job.
you don't succeed, what else can you do? So I started thinking. So I started thinking in that break. No, I wouldn't break. I'm doing this for you, man.
You wouldn't give up?
This for you. I wouldn't
for
give
me,
up.
you wouldn't give up?
For you, I wouldn't give up.
Respect.
And I was thinking, and in the break, and only in the break, and there's no pre-recorded bits here, I was like, what can I do to help my friend Jono?
What can you do?
And I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what would be good? What part of Melbourne screams more Christmas than Burke Street Mall and those dumb windows?
That's good. That's a good place. So where else? The shops at Maya.
That's right. There's big street, and they have these big windows with like some dioramas for people not in Melbourne.
Yeah, they move around.
They're moving around. They're kind of creepy.
They don't sing Christmas songs, do they?
No, they sing weird songs. It's like Winnie the Pooh and stuff. I don't know. But I was like,
sounds mad.
I was like, you know what? Let me take a little excursion into the city.
Trip to the city.
I'll run out in front of Burke's to get outside the first roll and talk to some people. And maybe the people who
the men and women
listen
of
to the pod, the men and women of Melbourne and in between can help you. Did you say
who may or may not listen to the pod? Everyone listens to the pod.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Let's see what happened. Thanks, past Josh. Thanks, past Jono. Thanks, future Josh. Thanks, future Jono. It's me, Josh, on the street, Burke Street Mall, and I'm here to talk to some people about what they're doing for Christmas. Hey, look, here's a fantastic guy. Happy Christmas, man. How you doing?
Okay, so first of all, you should really be saying happy holidays because it's just a little bit more inclusive, especially given that I'm Jewish. We don't do Christmas, we do Hanukkah. And Hanukkah's already over, so you kind of already missed the boat with that one. So honestly, I think you should just really stop with everything that you're doing, reconsider your life choices, and try again later. Bye!
Oh, well, that went well. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, then. Hey, man, how's your holidays been?
Hang on. Holidays?
Yeah, happy holidays.
This is silly. It's Christmas. And don't go spelling it with a bloody X.
I do spell it with an X. It's just easier that way.
Stupid.
It's not. It's just easier to spell. I forget which way the H goes.
The H?
Yeah. Do you put it backwards?
Backwards?
Okay, you know what? Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, I've been here for a while, but I think I finally found someone who's going to give me the answer. I mean, a good person who's going to cheer up John it. Hey, man, how you going? Happy holidays.
Hi.
Yeah, how you going? How's your day been?
It's been going.
Yeah, really? How's your day on the Burke Street Mall shopping strip?
To be honest, I'm coming back from the vet.
Oh, really? How's it? Do you have a dog, a cat, or?
She's gone now. My poor sweetie's gone. And
can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Okay.
What's the Christmas spirit like to you?
I don't know why I'm here anymore.
Mate.
Oh, not you again.
Talk to this bastard. No,
not
don't
you
do
again.
Anything better with your time.
What are you?
God, why are you still fucking here?
I need podcast material.
No one has ever. You're doing a podcast?
Yeah.
No one has ever needed
Lots of people do
another
them
podcast.
Nowadays. Have you seen Joe Rogan's?
I wish you would just disappear from the world. I wish he would disappear from the world. And I cannot believe that you are bothering all of these people with your podcast bullshit.
I'm trying to cheer up my friend. This is a Christmas special.
None of these people are going to listen to it. This isn't going to cheer up your friend.
Yes,
you think a podcast is going to cheer anyone up?
Well, he's
going to make them more depressed.
He's part of the podcast.
Get the fuck out of here. Get a job. Jesus.
I have a job. Well, okay, to be fair, I think my editor has done a bad job of representing what my trip down to the Berkshire Mall has been, Jono. I'm really sorry about that. I'm gonna you know what? I'm having a bad time right now. I'm gonna have to regroup and get back to you in the next segment. Okay.
Before we go, can I just point out you chose was there a tram strike on Burke Street Mall that day or something? Very, very quiet day on the PD front. Very interesting that you only happened to run into our friends as well. For fans of Western Melbourne, which we're fans of the inner Western Melbourne.
Sure.
You will also be huge fans of a fantastic train line. In my opinion, probably one of the best. People say maybe the Frankston line's the best. Maybe the Werribee line's the best. Big call, I know.
Big call.
But I think the Craigieburn line, the beloved Craigieburn line, is without a doubt the best train line in Melbourne. And can I also point out, just a sidebar about the Craigieburn line, I think it's one of the only lines in Melbourne that doesn't have any express stations.
Really?
Because every single station is important.
Everyone's
special. No station will go express this Christmas.
Oh.
How annoying! Have you been on an express train? Do you find it more annoying than it solves the problem?
I love a good express train when it's on my side. When it's
exactly. That's what I mean.
It's the worst.
On the 10% chance that it's on your side, it's great. My office is literally touching a train station, but it's an express station.
Oh, no.
And after work, you might get there at 5, and at 5:25, 7 trains have gone past before you can get on.
I used to, as you may know, John, I went to a uni in Caulfield, and Caulfield's at the end of the express train.
Yeah.
It goes express through a bunch of stuff and then stops at Caulfield for all the uni students. And man, the feeling of getting off that tram as you watch people standing on that station as you zoom past them.
Yeah, how good is zooming past?
Oh, yeah, you're not getting on this train, buddy.
This is accidentally fed in to exactly what I wanted to talk about going past stations. So we'll wind back the clock a little bit.
Sure.
We me and a couple of my friends. I think they actually listen to this. So believe it or not, I do.
Nuts, man.
They're called me, myself. No, so they are actually listeners. We got on their Spotify Wrapped. We got on a couple of people's Spotify Wrapped.
Let's go. If we got on your Spotify Wrapped, put it on Instagram, and we'll put it in our.
We've missed the boat. We've honestly missed the...
Who cares? Who cares? It's Christmas, man. It's a present to us.
If you can figure out how to get back into your Spotify Wrapped,
you screenshot it. Screenshot it.
Oh, they would have already screenshot it, of course.
Screenshot it. Hit it up on Twitter and we'll Instagram. Anyway, sorry for the self promotion. Go ahead.
That's fine. Please self promote anytime. Visit josh.com.
That's it. That's me.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, wind back the clock. We're in the city. We're up in the big smoke. Me and the lads up in the big smoke. Absolutely painting the town red. With 3 of us in our corporate collars and our brown leather shoes, absolutely turning it up. Anyway, we watched a very confusing movie called The Dune, if anyone's watched that. That's been very popular. I just sat there confused out of my mind for what felt like 4 hours. Very long movie. I started worrying, oh my God, are we doing all 6 parts in one movie? And anyway, we finished the movie and... if anyone, most of our listeners are Melbourne, but Melbourne Central train station.
South Korean. Sorry, go ahead.
Except for the South Korean, who's not a VPN, which is crazy to me.
No, it isn't.
Melbourne Central is a train station, but it's also like a shopping centre. It's kind of just a complex.
It's the central of Melbourne.
It's exactly what you would think. Everything that you would want in the centre of Melbourne. Exactly. It's quite a large building. And how this works is the movie theatres are very high up. Then you go down an escalator and you get to like a food court. You go down again, you get to like kind of this area where there's like a big clock that pops off and absolutely has this fire song.
Yeah, for sure. It's a banger every time.
It's
So many people
honestly
take
a banger.
photos and videos of it. I don't
I
know how
know.
there's so many people who haven't seen it. They keep taking
'Cause
photos and videos.
It's a
of
clock
it.
as well. It
It's just a
doesn't even
clock.
look that good.
No.
But then you get to the clock and you go down again, and there's like a shopping area, and then you go down one more time to get to the train. So it's a really, really long way. Anyway, we're up at the movie theater. My mate, he checks the the PTV app, the train timetable, and the train's coming in 2 minutes. And if I was by myself, I'd go, well, there's no way we're getting that, is there? Because where we are, it would probably be like a full-on Olympic sprint to actually get down there at the same time. And it's just not worth it. I'd rather wait another 10 minutes and catch a train. But when you're with the lads, sometimes you make stupid decisions, and they've gone, let's try and get it. So we full on. I've got my like saddlebag with my laptop in it. There's like two of us are wearing boots because we've come from work, and we're just absolutely flying to get on this train. We're like jumping stairs or whatever. I feel like some poor woman honestly thought we're going to attack her, and I feel really bad. But you would if suddenly like three blokes are absolutely sprinting at you. Anyway. We get down. We've got like I reckon less than 20 seconds. We've got down right to the second last layer. We have to go down one more. Mm-hmm. All three of us we split up. We take like different escalators down, and I'm like, "Oh, now where's Steve gone?" Blah, blah, blah. We're yelling this all out. Anyway, he runs past a bunch of cops. The cops are probably like, "Oh my god, do we need to start chasing this guy?
Do we need to start tackling people?"
Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't like start running and joining with us. Anyway, we get down the bottom, and honestly, we could have walked. I don't know. The train was kind of late. We absolutely didn't need to go there, but it's good to get a little bit of a workout in.
To just like annoy me. How many times like you'll be like, "Oh god, I gotta go run," and they'll be like, "The train is delayed by 5 minutes." And we're like,
"Yeah, you're like,
why did you not run?"
God damn! And on the days that you think, "Oh, look, I'll just walk," it comes early, and it's just a nightmare. But anyway, I really wish that we had have just strolled and taken our time and not got on that train because what was about to happen, looking back on it now, it was fine, but it's one of those things when you're in the midst of it happening, you go, I'd rather not be in this situation now. Okay. So we get on the train and we're sitting in a pod that's sort of near the like the disability seating, right? The ones that you like pull down sideways.
Right.
And there was one
usually at
guy,
the end of the train.
Yeah, at the end of the train. And most of the time, the people who sit there, they're just chilling. And then if like a wheelchair comes or whatever, then everyone you can stand up and there's room for it. So there was a bloke sitting like in the corner of the train on the fold down seat, right? Remember the fold down seat. It's important.
Fold down seat. Okay.
Yeah, fold down seat. And he was sitting there, and I noticed that he was probably a fan of some certain substances, right?
Okay.
You know, like the funky juice he did. You could just tell he had that vibe about him. And maybe had a little bit of an itchy nose, or who knows what he had. You know what I mean? And we were sitting in the pod, and the two boys, they were sitting with their backs to this bloke, and I was sitting facing him, so they couldn't know what was going on, but they were aware of his presence. Anyway, they're talking about the movie that didn't make any sense anyway, so I wasn't really listening. I don't normally listen after movies. Fun fact, guys, I don't really understand anything. And I'm watching this, and he's getting increasingly more agitated, right? As the frozen water is sort of seeping into his bloodstream. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to keep an eye on this guy. More and more agitated. And then I make eye contact with him, and I'm not good. Not good. Really should not have done that. And then for the next minute, I just pretend okay, I'm just going to pray that he doesn't look at me again. Anyway, sunglasses go on, and then he starts really full on. He's full on getting agitated, and then he starts talking to himself.
Oh, no.
And that's when you know this is not good.
Yeah.
And at this point, the two guys I'm with, they're aware that something's going on. anyway, he starts like yelling, and then he stands up and he gets the seat that he was sitting on. Remember the fold-up seat?
Yeah.
Remember that from earlier on? Full on flips it as hard as he can, like back against the thing, like this big crash, and then he starts like walking down the aisle. And I made eye contact with this bloke, and I was absolutely terrified that he was coming at me. Thankfully, he didn't. He's charged down the aisle, and he's like just yelling to the voices in his head. I can't remember what he was saying, but he was having a bit of an argument. Right. And everybody at this point is going like, okay, this is not a good situation to be in. People are definitely scared. You can tell people are scared when everyone's headphones come out, and everyone's like, oh, we're going to concentrate.
People take one ear out and like look over the shoulder.
This was a 2-earphone out situation. This was. Oh, no. One guy even put his like really full and readjusted his mask, like he was ready to get out of there. And if you know the Craigieburn line well, it goes Melbourne Central where we were, and then it goes Flagstaff. Mm-hmm. That's a very small gap between stations. It's about maybe. Is
this all happening within that gap?
That's what we thought. We thought this was all happening in that gap, and we're looking at each other going like, okay, get off at the next one. Like we're kind of being like, get off. And we're just we're doing that. We're doing the head nod towards the door, and we're just waiting. We don't want to get up and queue near the door because we're going to draw attention to ourselves. Yeah,
you're about to get
and we don't also want to get off if he gets off. So we're going to wait pretty much to the last minute at Flagstaff Station and see what happens. And the whole train falls silent at this point. We're just sitting there, okay, we know we're getting off in the next one. And we're just waiting in silence. And we've already been going for at least 4 or 5 minutes. So, it's probably coming up soon. 30 seconds passes. Another minute passes. 2 minutes pass. 3 minutes pass. So, damn, what is going on? The train is absolutely crawling. And we're like, the train always stops at Flagstaff. I've never actually had a train miss a station. Until that night, the one night we really needed to get off the damn train, the train didn't stop at Flagstaff Station. And we're like, we have to go a whole nother station. We realized we'd gone past it because we started coming out of the city loop. And we're just like, this damn train better actually stop at the next station. Thankfully it did. And the guy got off and all was well with the world. My heart rate was increased. It tripled. Everyone. It was the first time I've actually been in okay, this is survival mode. Holding your bag, ready to hold above your head.
I think it's one of those things. Especially, I feel like if you're coming to Melbourne for the first time, if you get someone like that on your train, you've become a true melt. You've become.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's the full experience.
It's a full experience.
It's
I've
the
definitely
beauty
had
of the
my fair share
Craigieburn
of people like that.
Oh yeah.
Getting off at Coburg. But for sure, I totally empathize. I'll be honest, I'm not feeling very good. I first thought that Santa would have helped you.
I may be laughing
you're happy about it.
On the inside.
On the inside, races. That's right.
Yeah.
Just you're always laughing and smiling, but when it comes down to it, you're not.
I'm like oatmeal without the vanilla.
I thought that Santa would have helped you. I thought that
American
talking
Santa
to
as well.
I thought that talking to people at Chris at Berkshire Mall, the happiest place on earth.
Random people we aren't friends with.
Random people that we're not friends with. The happiest place on earth, Berkshire Mall.
It really is.
But that's not working. So I don't.
What are we going to do?
I don't really know what to do.
We're at a loss.
You know what, Jono? I kind of realize now, I've been through this sort of little story arc through this podcast, and I'm kind of wondering that maybe holidays aren't that good. That maybe holidays is just it's not that good. It's kind of disappointing, actually. Maybe I misunderstood it. There's so much stuff that's disappointing. I mean, my uncle always brings that ham that no one likes. There's always 10 arguments at the family table. And how much sweetness and tang does a couple drops of tomato sauce make to a gravy? I don't even have gravy. And parking is an absolute nightmare. I mean, you park like 4 streets away, and somehow your whole street is hosting Christmas, and you have to walk like 5 kilometers to get there, and you're carrying a small banquet in your hands. It's kind of ridiculous. Holidays in good places. Holidays smiling faces. Holidays love all around. Holidays sing it out loud. Huh. I mean, maybe Christmas isn't that bad, guys. Maybe there's always a chance. Maybe I didn't give it enough of a shot. I mean, it is the best time of the year, you know, Santa's coming to town, Christmas, holidays, the holidays, I guess. I mean, the look on my uncle's face when I say shit, ham is kinda great. It's passion and not hate. I can deal with the arguing my family makes. The gravy my grandpa makes. He's been making it since 88, whatever song came out. This year's gonna be great. Holidays in good places. Holidays smiling faces. Holidays love all around. Holidays sing it out loud. Holidays in good places. Holidays smiling faces. Holidays love all around. Holidays sing it out loud. What if I'm just projecting my unhappiness about Christmas onto Jono? There's a chance, I guess. I didn't think about it like that. Huh. I mean, it sounded kind of good singing that pretty epic chorus thing. Maybe the holidays, it isn't that bad. I mean, maybe I'm the Grinch. And I've been kind of grouchy, I guess. Grinchy, more like it. I guess I'll try. This is the song, the good singing parts are Rachel from Grandfather Paradox. And like basically every part of the music. Anything that sounds good right now, maybe underneath what I'm saying, is done by Christian. They're very smart. They're very cool. You should go see their music. They're on Instagram. They're on Facebook. If they're boomers, they're on Spotify. See them live if you're in Melbourne. And I love the Grandfather Paradox. This has just become a plug for the Grandfather Paradox. Thank you for doing this, Christian. I don't know what else to say. I think I'm done. I think I've got everything right. So enjoy that. So enjoy
Shout out to the Grandfather Paradox. How good.
How fantastic. I guess.
What a realization to have there, Joshua.
Yeah. I didn't think about it like that, but I'm realizing now that maybe I'm the Grinch, and I'm sorry, Johnny, for projecting. I feel sorry. I'm sorry, man.
Look, going into this, I thought I was happy about Christmas, and then you started saying that I wasn't, and I thought maybe I'm not, and now you say that you're not happy and I'm happy, and now I feel happy, and now maybe we have to do this again for you, and now I'm all sorts of confused because I don't think we can fit in another schedule before Christmas because this edit's already going to come out on Boxing Day, so I don't even know.
We'll never know, Jono. And
absolutely fantastic.
Isn't that the Christmas spirit?
Can I point that out though? That
sure.
Song, I think I've got a little Christmas party tomorrow. I think we'll be blasting that around the Christmas tree.
It's a bang.
I think we will. Yeah. Well done, Joshua. Well done.
Thank you so much.
And that brings us to the last segment for 2021. How are you feeling, Joshua?
I don't know I've had a roller coaster of emotions through this podcast.
This episode really has. This episode alone has been a roller coaster, and then the series in itself has been one hell of a roller coaster. It's been a roller
coaster. I've enjoyed every bit of it. I'm starting to think I'm the Grinch, but we'll get to that at some point.
I didn't enjoy the bit where every single episode we spent like an hour and a half longer trying to figure out how to do this. The fact that we've like actually managed to get this going online has been insane.
Can we talk about the fact that we promised we would never do another online episode and proceeded to do 2 online episodes?
It's just so convenient, isn't it?
And you know what? As soon as we talk shit about Zencastr is working fantastically. Now,
Honestly.
this is not a chance for you to screw up Zencastr. We've got one
please
segment
don't.
left. Please don't.
Please don't.
But
we let it running. Josh came in and then he went and had some sausages, and I just left it recording the whole time because I'm like, if I touch this damn thing, it's going to break. But yeah, that's been the low. There's been a lot of highs, and I was thinking back about summarizing this podcast, and I was writing some notes about some of our favorite stories and our favorite characters that we've met along the way. You'll think of some as we play this song that I've put together.
You've made a song too.
I've made a song. Nuts. It's a very original song about making gravy.
It's actually making podcast.
It's called How to Make a Podcast, and I thought it's a trip down memory lane. It's got the emotion in there because sometimes with podcasting it's emotional. It's got some jokes in there because even though we're not the comedian on, sometimes we sort of like to break that little legal barrier and make a few jokes.
Comedians. We're comedians.
So we're not required to make jokes.
No,
but
we're
if
not.
we do make jokes.
If we make a joke, it's just an extra special thing.
Do you know how many jokes I've made that I don't reckon anyone even realised were a joke? So many. That's why quantity over quality seems to be
exactly. You keep hitting them with jokes until they finally laugh.
Thing until they hit what sticks. But I hope you enjoy this little trip down memory lane. Welcome to the Comedian On's live sessions. Huge thanks to Paul Kelly and his Ode to Christmas. Also shout out to the lawnmower across the road. Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. Don't miss us too much while we're away. Here we go. Hello Josh, it's Jono here. I agree we should start a pod. Melbourne's in its 16th lockdown, and I don't see why not. We started with the pilot, our most streamed ep so far. And won't you give my thanks to Curtis Stone, 'cause he grows all of my veggies. We introduced Hospo Tales, the stories I like to tell the most. They say that we were trash at bio, the worst probably. Even our teacher got on the roast. But who's gonna make the podcast now? While the boys are on a break. Just add poorly timed jokes and a few bad segments. And don't forget bad audio, just for that extra tang. And give my love to Karen, I know I won't forget her. There's no way she's sorry for the way she cut in line and had survey blunder and messed it up quite badly. But at least they got to go back home on time. I heard Jono had a power outage, and Josh saw a lying sign. 200% fresh or a refund. Yeah, that deal is mighty fine. Then funds up or funds down, 'cause I really like facts about bees. Turns out rain is water, and Jono changed his rumour. Don't know why we thought to learn to skate as adults and later in the lockdown. After many picnics, we found out Josh was getting scammed by the pricey IGA, and then we went to Melton to pick up a parcel because the delivery man really went and stabbed me in the back. Josh's train never showed up, much like my Palmer. We had a happy horsey day, have supermarkets gone too far? Josh's mic exploded, lifeguard nearly saved me, sang a song about Malway on Josh's pro bono guitar. To all of you, we're thankful that you even listen. I will never get why you tune in to Josh and me, and on more of these days we'll be making podcasts. We'll be making plenty. Oh, you'll never get your time back. Merry Christmas, everyone, from the committee ones. I hated that. Damn, shouldn't have said that.
What a lovely sum up, Jono.
Oh, the emotion in that when it got to that facts about bees part, man, I was screaming. My neighbour was watering the bougainvillea plant, and she was watching me just in the front room, just absolutely singing my heart out about bees.
Speaking of thanks, Jono, before we get in, as we outro this podcast, I'd like to say a couple thanks before we go back. I'd like to thank Christian and Kirby from the Grandfather Patricks, as we said before. They were invaluable, as you'll hear, or have heard.
Unless we play the outro at the start.
Well, yeah, that'd be weird, wouldn't it?
You never know. They say, be creative when you edit. Don't just do it chronologically.
True.
That's some flair.
It's true. That'd be weird. I'd like to thank Kirby, Mike, and Vinny, people who I don't know totally, but
definitely
helped us.
Just random city right into
random people who I saw in Burke Street. No one random.
Yep.
I'd like to kudos them. I'd like to thank Mike Burke on Fiverr for that Santa voiceover. That was very nice. I appreciate that. I'd like to thank all of you for listening as well as you heard in that song.
Absolutely, and I'm going to be a bit naughty and shout out some particular people that have been very supportive throughout the whole thing. Shout out to Steve. Steve, I know that you listen to every episode. At least you tell me that. Thank you for that. Also, shout out to Will, who in the very dark days in the beginning of the podcast would give us a genuine not criticism. Congratulations after every episode, and just having and honestly, to anyone who has messaged us or reacted in some way about it, Michael as well, huge, yes,
Caitlin
exactly.
As well. At the
all our, when we're famous in 20 years and we're looking back, we're like, we had like 5 people who liked us, and we're going to be like, and now we have 6, so eat that.
Yeah.
But yes, no, honestly, the support has been surprising, hasn't it?
It's been as someone who's been wanting I think there's no illusion over the fact that I really, really wanted to do this, and I really pushed Jonah to do this, and he wasn't sure, and he took a bet on me, and we took a bet on each other, and we kind of just went for it. And I think we had a lot of fun.
For some reason, I put you off of doing it the whole 10 years where I didn't have much going on in my life and I was free. And I thought, you know what? When I finish uni, start working full time, about to move out, that's the time. That's the time to do it.
That's the time to do it. But it's been a fun time the last few months. It's been
a ripper. I've loved for the majority of it, our Monday night recording sessions. About 8:30 till 3 a.m. Recording sessions.
Full days of 24-hour recording. It's very tough on the editing section.
It's very, very tough. It takes me probably about 3 times as long to edit, so it takes about a couple weeks to edit each episode, but it's all good.
It's all good. That's why we're ahead most of the time.
Exactly. Anyway, for all of you who have put up with the very bad audio and the tech issues, a little cheeky announcement, if you're happy to announce this, Josh.
Sure.
That we definitely, maybe not, probably, most likely, almost 100%, we'll be doing every single episode in person next year.
In person, and we can guarantee there will be a season 2.
There will
We
be
can
a
say that
season
for
2.
sure.
How
Sure.
exciting. I don't know when
Who
it's
knows
coming,
what's gonna
but
be
I'm going to say February. I'm saying that now.
February's the aim.
We're taking a
There
month
might be
off.
stuff in between. We're not going to specify.
There might be something
There
else
might be something
that
in between.
is happening, aka your two favorite hosts moving into a house together in February. So that may throw some things off. We may
We'll
have
see
to
how we
delay
go.
some things, but it's definitely going to be a lot easier. Maybe we just do our podcast over dinner every night. Maybe
Actually, kind of funny.
It's like Josh. So
dinner with the comedian on. Dinner with the comedian on. Hey?
Dinner with the comedian on. I like it. No, thank you to everyone, and thank you as well, Josh, for pushing me to do this relentlessly.
Thank you, Jonah, for
pushing
doing
me
this
for
with
10
me
years.
as well.
Yeah, no, we got it done.
We got there in the end.
And that has been season 1 of the Comedians with Josh and Jono.
Jono,
Thanks, everyone.
Jono.
Go make some gravy.